Imagine you are managing an office relocation project. Your team has worked tirelessly, packing everything, moving it to the new building, and setting up all the workstations. On moving day, everything is operational. However, the project sponsor is unhappy because the move took 2 weeks longer than planned and cost 20% more than the original budget. From your perspective, the project was a success because the office is functional. But from the sponsor's perspective, it clearly was not. This situation highlights the critical importance of defining project success criteria and understanding project constraints right from the start. Project success criteria are the standards by which the project's outcome will be judged. They are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound metrics that determine if the project has met its objectives and delivered the intended value. These criteria are established during the planning phase and are agreed upon by key stakeholders, especially the project sponsor. For our office relocation, clear success criteria might have included all departments operational by a specific date and total relocation cost not exceeding a certain amount. Without these upfront agreements, different stakeholders will have different ideas of what success looks like, leading to potential conflict and dissatisfaction. It is crucial to distinguish between project deliverables and project success criteria. A deliverable is a tangible outcome or component produced by the project, such as a new software module or the completed new office setup. Success criteria, on the other hand, define whether that deliverable and the overall project has achieved its purpose effectively and efficiently. For instance, the new office setup is a deliverable. However, the criteria for its success might be that employee productivity increases by 10% within 3 months of the move. Project constraints are limiting factors that affect the project's execution and performance. They are restrictions or conditions that must be considered and managed throughout the project lifecycle. Constraints often dictate the boundaries within which the project manager and team must operate. Understanding these limitations early on allows for realistic planning and expectation setting. Ignoring constraints can lead to unrealistic schedules, budget overruns, and scope creep. The most commonly recognized project constraints are often referred to as the triple constraint. These 3 primary constraints are scope, schedule, and cost. Scope defines all the work that needs to be done to deliver the project's product, service, or result. Schedule refers to the timeline for completing the project, including key milestones, and the overall project duration. Cost represents the financial resources allocated to the project, encompassing all expenses required to complete the work. These 3 are interconnected. Changing one often impacts the others. For example, compressing the schedule might increase costs or reduce scope. While the triple constraint is fundamental, it is important to recognize that projects are often influenced by additional constraints. Quality is a significant constraint, defining the standard of the deliverables and the project itself. Resources, including people, equipment, materials, and facilities, are also major constraints, as their availability and capability directly impact project execution. Risk, representing uncertainties that could affect project objectives, is another vital constraint that needs careful management. Furthermore, environmental factors such as regulations, market conditions, and organizational policies can act as constraints. The relationship between success criteria and constraints is dynamic. Success criteria define what we aim to achieve, while constraints define the boundaries within which we must achieve it. A project manager's job is to balance these constraints to meet the defined success criteria. For example, if a key success criterion is delivering a product with high quality, this might necessitate a longer schedule or a higher cost, which are themselves constraints that need to be managed. The project manager continuously monitors and controls these elements, making trade-offs as necessary to keep the project aligned with its objectives. Consider a project to develop a new mobile application. The success criteria might include launching the app by a specific date, achieving a certain number of user downloads, and maintaining a user satisfaction rating above 4 out of 5 stars. The constraints might be a fixed budget of $500,000, a team of 6 developers, and compliance with specific data privacy regulations. The project manager must navigate these constraints to meet the success criteria, perhaps by prioritizing features or optimizing development processes. Effective constraint management is key to achieving project success. In summary, clearly defined success criteria provide the target, and well-understood constraints define the playing field. Both are essential for effective project planning and execution. Understanding these concepts allows project managers to set realistic expectations, make informed decisions, and ultimately deliver projects that meet stakeholder needs and provide value. With a solid grasp of what defines success and what limits the project, you are better equipped to navigate the complexities of project delivery. Next, we will explore the broader context of how projects deliver value within organization by examining the Project Management Institute Value Delivery System.